So following one of my latest video on why you should become a recruiter, I had some reaction on Instagram. And by the way, follow me if you don't already. And there were not so many, maybe 3 or 4. And I also know that sarcasm and humor in general helps to release pressure and frustration, and they don't necessarily all mean it. But still, I also know that there are people feeling that way. And even when you are joking, sometimes there is something more serious and deeper behind it. And I thought that it could be useful for those people to discuss this openly and to share my thoughts. So is recruitment a bad career, and is recruitment still for you? Because as mentioned multiple times on this channel already, recruitment is not for everybody. So if you can't cope with ups and downs, with rejection, with unpredictable aspect of the job, and with the pressure to perform in a competitive industry, as long as it remains healthy, of course, then recruitment probably is not for you. And if you get easily tired by chasing people, the lack of commitment, being the middle person, or by your work not being valued as it should, then probably recruitment is not for you neither, even though those things you can still improve them. But guys, as mentioned multiple times on this channel already, recruitment is a sales job, right? And for a sales job, there is nothing new here. The job is not easy, but as most rewarding jobs. Do you know any job accessible to anyone, where you can make good money, when you can learn so much, when you can have great career opportunities? That is easy. It doesn't exist, because if it would, everybody would do it. And as far as I'm concerned, it's not only about money or career, but it's also about what I got the chance to experience and to learn about myself and about the world. And you know, maybe it means nothing to you, but I remember the first time I went to a Michelin star restaurant. The waiter was standing there, not saying a word for 20, 30, 40 seconds. And at one point, I looked at him like, "What are you waiting, man?" And one of my colleagues told me, actually, he needs you to take off the napkin off the table so he can give you your plate. I had no clue, and most probably I would have never visited a fancy restaurant like this for that reason, because I didn't know their codes. Place like this is not supposed to be for someone like me. And there are so many other examples like that that opened a new world to me, and it made me more confident and it opened my mind. I come from a very humble background, from a very humble condition, and since I'm 25, 1.5 years after I started recruitment, thanks God, I'm making good money. 3 years ago I started my business, and in the middle of a pandemic and in less than a year, I hit 6 figures. So please tell me, how could I not be grateful to be in recruitment today? But all of this, is this what you want? Is this what you still want? That's the question you need to ask yourself, because it is not an end in itself. It has to serve your why. Reflect on your why deeply and ask yourself the what questions. Why do you do that job? What keeps you going when it becomes difficult? Where do you want to be in 5 years? Why were you interested in a job where you could make good money and have great career opportunities in the first place? If you see that the answers are still aligned with what you do today, then focus on the positive, because letting the negativity taking the control will hurt you and will keep you away from your goals. But if you notice that it is no longer aligned, the job is no longer aligned with your expectations, with your aspirations, with your lifestyle, that's totally fine. But then I have a question for you. Our job is to help people who are unsatisfied with their current job to change. So what kind of recruiters does it make us if we can't help ourselves first? Whether you still like it or not, recruitment is a great industry where you learned and acquired great transferable skills. Use that and get the life you want. Make sure you change for the right reason though, because we always believe that the grass is greener elsewhere. Many are quitting and then going back. But recruitment, some day it's fun, some day it's not. Overall, I found my balance. But if it ever happens that for you it is mostly not fun and it's all about stress and frustration, then man, life is too short to do something that you don't like 40 hours a week. And it does even less make sense when the job market is so good. Either the company is the problem, either the job is no longer for you. Then recruitment is opening so many doors in completely different fields. Go for it. Nothing is more important than your mental health. So go and find what you love. Peace.